Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're in Ecde6’s Spires of Tyranny, and there's 3 new Spires in the in Ring 1. So we've got Outside Overuse by Cavris, Hallucinatory Instability by Addison Judah, and the last one what was added, I think, right? I can't see any new ones. Is Nature's Heights. This is by Bacon Hair, and this is the one that we're doing. If you could read the title. But first of all, you're supposed to do this jump. It's a lot easier if you just high jumped up there. Now from these spinners, just go over to that one and do that wraparound. Now go to this one piece. I recommend like leaning in like this, so like turning in half fast. It makes it a lot easier. I go right to the edge and then turn in for that. As I was saying, I go right to the edge and then turn in like that. There we go. And now you do this wraparound. Also, like, make sure that you take it seriously. It's actually quite far. Now this is a weird box pushing section. You gotta go right to the edge. I'd recommend try to push it up against this wall. And from the last side of the box, you want to run past it. And then, yeah, just keep doing it for every single corner. And you want to try to avoid doing that, because whenever it's like on that angle, it's super easy. And if your box does get stuck, just lean it like that. Anyway, I'll just be quiet and you can see. There we go. Now you gotta go backwards. You just gotta do this, but backwards. I do not think that neon is can collide true. I haven't tried it yet, so who knows. Now you gotta do these and this wraparound. I recommend jumping from around the middle stud and then just slowly turning around it, guiding yourself. I do this wraparound and then go to this elevator. This elevator can be bad, so if you want to, you can just jump onto this and skip it, but it may be patched. So from this, you gotta go right to the edge and try to touch the bottom corner of the elevator, or around like this side of the elevator. Oops, sorry. But this side of the elevator with your hand, or any part of your hitbox, but touching with your hand is like the easiest. Now bounce off to that, and now turn in again. Now this. Any 2 walls are like this, there's an invisible block. So for this one, it's this. As you can see, I cannot go through it. That means it's a 2x2 stud stick out, so do that. The intended way is squeezing through this, what can be kind of tricky. If you want to do it, you can just like turn in an angle like that, or now there's these 2 platforms that connect, so you can walk between these, but also there's these 2 blocks. So remember to go a little bit back, because that's how I do, but that's how I find to do stick outs the easiest. And now go right to the corner of this and then wrap around it, because there is a wall here. Anyway, once you press this button, you can go into the portal and just try not to move, so do not accidentally walk off. And now do this wrap around and then go upwards. I recommend going, like, lining yourself up here, because the elevator jump is further than it actually looks. Well, it's tighter than it looks. There's these like 3 or 4 jumps on this until we get to the worst part. This outside. This is a terrible final stretch. It's a massive difficulty spike. But you can do this wraparound, and if you want to, you can high jump it. But since this is a guide, I'm going to do the legit way. I do this wraparound. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Plus, there's a catch platform, but not on this. This jump is so bad. I recommend just completely skipping it. Go right to the edge and then just jump over there. Make sure to line yourself up kind of tight though. It's pretty far of a jump. And now jump to this and line yourself up right to the edges this as well. This is a ridiculously far long jump. As you saw, that was kind of close. Go downwards to like the lowest part where you can go and do that wraparound. Because if you do hit your head there, you lose a lot of your momentum and height, so it's a lot harder. But so if you do hit your head, just don't give up. Jump over to this spinner, and this is also another one. I would recommend using shift lock, that type of far jump. It's very scary. Also, in my opinion, this is the hardest part. like the hardest part of the end. Now you will need to go to the edge. Remember to go a little bit back so you do not hit your head, and do that. Now jump to this piece, and then you can jump to this. Now it's a slightly easier. So you gotta jump on top of any one of these trees, and from those you can do this wrap around and just do this. This is the worst jump of this part, of the purple part, or violet, or whatever. Go right to the edge and then turn in and do that head hitter. It's probably the hardest, unless if you're bad at like longish wraps, then go right to the edge and make sure that you're hanging slightly over so it's easier to do. Anyway, and then you basically win here. You gotta do this 2x3. There's a lot of stickouts, and do the jump of how I did it. So always look at one direction and then turn in like that. It makes it a lot easier. Do that stick out. Oh my goodness, how many stickouts are there? You're supposed to do that, but you can say there. That just is 2 skips. But I'm gonna show you again. You can just jump straight from that one part from here. It's probably around the same difficulty. Or this is the intended way. You might do that, but from this part you can just jump straight up like that. It's pretty simple. Anyway, with that, you can win. Yeah, GG. Thank you for watching.